everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. Excuse you.
I didn't even burp. They can't even hear it.
Whatever. Anyway, Bradley just burped.
No, I did not.
Yeah, he did.
Nope.
Like, you know what? Let's... You...
Oh, there. Now I burped. Excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah, excuse you. And you know what? If Bradley is, like, burping, that's part of your ego, man. Like, when is it... Like, when do you not burp?
That's a good question.
Yeah, like, never, right?
When does anybody not burp? It's kind of just humans.
So it's funny, but it's also disgusting, right? It's just one of those God-given things, right? Like farts. They're funny because of the noise they make, right? But they smell like shit. No, we're not starting this over, Bradley. We were fucking in it, dude.
Okay. It's gonna be an interesting podcast. Hello.
Right, and also on the topic, I hate to like embarrass the shit out of you, but throwing up is fun to you.
Oh yes, I stand by that fact.
What? Why? How's that fun? And what the hell is running through your head?
Okay.
Like, why is that fun to you?
Alright, so, little thing. When I was little, I used to have, like, one of the most sensitive stomach to sugar. But I also love sugar at the same time. So I'd sleep over at, like, their house all the time. And I'd drink way too much soda or eat way too much candy. And the next morning, I'd always throw up. For some reason, I guess just to keep a positive mindset, because I knew I was going to get sick the next day, I thought throwing up was fun, and I imagined like a little water slide going up your stomach and out of your mouth. So that mentality just kind of stuck, and now throwing up is fun to me. The feeling is not. The actual act is fun.
Wow. Like, you know what? If you found a girl out there that like would agree with you that throwing up is fun, you guys are meant to be, okay? But good luck with that, okay?
If you think throwing up is fun, DM me on Instagram, link in the description.
Oh, some more self-promotion. I like it. Okay, and we'll have those links down below.
Yes.
Let's get off the topic of disgusting things.
Public
but also, not yet. Okay, but not... On the contrary, hand sanitizer, right? But also, here's the thing. It is nowadays, you know, like when you're out in public, right? Like you see hand sanitizer stands all over.
All over the place.
But when you use it, do you ever smell it and smell how disgusting it is?
So, because you're expecting like that strong, like
the
clean
alcohol smell feeling. And
from hand sanitizer. But now it just smells...
What does it smell like to you? It smells like chicken.
Raw chicken that was thrown in a garbage dump that was also lit on fire. And then you threw more trash into that. That's what it smells like. Oh my god.
I don't have Corona, I swear. It's just water. Sorry. Sorry, you. Speaking of fires and dumpsters, last night, me, Sean, Christopher, we walked the King Supers, right?
Okay.
And we on the way back. Who is it?
Hey, we're filming the video, so no.
Yep, we're in a podcast.
We're in a podcast
so,
right now.
Okay. Anyway, we should raid their video.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun, but that's not for the podcast.
Nope.
Anyway, me, Sean, and Christopher, we walked to King Supers last night and got our snacks, all that good stuff, and we walked back, and it's getting later at this point. Mm-hmm. As we walk back, so you know the Columbine Lounge over there, right?
Yeah.
So we're walking behind there, and there's a dumpster on fire, right? So a dumpster fire, and I was like, oh, look. Like, those two were going towards the neighborhood. I like going the back way behind the lounge and everything. They go through the neighborhood. And I'm like, look, it's a dumpster fire. Like, wow. Like, that was, like, very, like, as weird as it sounds, like, it was very appealing. Right? Like, because, like, I've never seen it before in person. Like, I thought it was the coolest thing. But, you know how karma is. Worst timing, as we're walking right by it, a freaking sheriff pulls in, right? Sirens on and everything. He whips around the corner and he's there, and he's like, and then he pulls out his fire extinguisher and starts putting it out and everything, and then he asks us and he goes, "How long have you guys been walking around over here?" And I go, "We literally just came from Pierce, walking up, and we saw this before you pulled up." It was nerve-wracking because I'm like, death of association. Like, it was horrible timing and everything. I'm glad he didn't question us any further. But as we kept walking, 2 more cops and a fire truck came. And it was the coolest thing because they were in full pursuit, right? They're coming down Pierce, just like going fast, sirens and everything. And they just turn in and they go back there and take care of everything, right? But dumpster fires, that's I just thought of that because that literally happened just last night. I thought it was kind of cool, but also like sketch, right? But not like back to hand sanitizers.
Right, hand
We
sanitizer.
take the smell of hand sanitizer for granted.
Yeah, for sure. Because
Because it's so
until
disgusting.
coronavirus happened, hand sanitizer smelled decent. It smelled like that rubbing alcohol, and it was strong, and it was almost a good smell, but it was like super strong at the same
What
time.
happened to the good smell ones that you had in elementary? Like the cool girl in your class would
Exactly.
always have the good smelling hand
It had
sanitizer.
like little sparkles in it.
And it had the little plastic covering,
Yeah.
and it would be on her backpack. That was the coolest thing, and they would actually smell good.
They would,
They're like, here, want some hand sanitizer? And there would be like a line of 3 kids.
Yeah,
you know?
what happened to those? Now it just smells like crap.
Dude, I miss elementary. Like all
For
the good
sure.
times. You know what was the best? When you actually like felt attention. Back when
What?
February 14th, Valentine's Day, when you would make the box and everyone would give you the candies and the cards, right? Like, and you would literally make all the cards and candies for the whole class, right? And like, you would do that the night before and all that stuff and write the names.
Yeah,
and you'd have
right.
a list of all the kids in your class. That was the best, right? Like, and it was the best because you're like, oh yeah, I got a box of candy. Especially if it was on a Friday. Like a Friday, I remember one time, 3rd grade, it was Friday, Valentine's Day. Me and my buddy Eric, we got together after that. We had our Valentine's Day candy, and we got together. And what 3rd graders did at the time was play Minecraft and Black Ops 2.
Oh,
That was the best feeling ever.
when Black Ops 2 was still like the game.
Dude, it is the game still. You and I play it.
We
Like-
play it all the time, but if you've been in online, it's so like hackers everywhere.
Not really, because literally the other day I did an online zombies and everyone was fine.
Not online zombies, in actual multiplayer.
Oh, I don't even mess around with that anymore. But you had something to say.
Oh, right. Public service announcement. So, like, internet's kind of a scary place. And
Yep.
I haven't heard much about this. I still actually don't actually know if it's real or not. It's like an old new group. It's called, Blue Whale Group. It's like Blue Whale Challenge. It's kind of creepy. You want to explain what it is?
Right, so basically the whole premise of it is it's basically where, like, I don't know, like, if it's a specific group
This random...
or what it is.
Yeah, it's a specific group. Under it adds, like, the same profile picture, like the same name.
Yeah.
It's a creepy profile picture. It stands
Right.
out like a sore thumb.
Right, so basically there are this group of people who DM random people saying, hey, do you want to do this challenge? Right? And like and give the premise of it, and everyone's like, who are you and what are you doing? Like, why are you DMing me? I don't know you. Right? But this guy's like, do this challenge or you die. Or not just that, but
They'll
if
put
you
your
don't do
information.
this, if you don't do this challenge, they threaten to take, because
All your
quote
information-
unquote they say, well, we have all your information just because you replied
If
back
you-
to
if-
our DM.
Yes.
Right? But like, we'll get into that later, because
Yes.
you and I personally believe that is total nonsense, and that's just a bluff.
I don't know. I don't...
Okay, but anyway, no, they claim, quote unquote, to have all your information and are ready to sell it on the dark web if you do not comply with this challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And what this challenge is, it's over a 50-day period. You
challenge
have
a
a
day.
challenge a day. Now it starts things with like, okay, watch a scary movie, or like wake up at like 3 a.m. Just easy, mediocre kind of shit. Okay.
And then it slowly gets worse
And then progressively-
and worse and worse.
And now there's like, and from what I read, like this was like it started in Russia, right? Like it just a group.
I thought-
like it's been in different countries, but it's just recently coming back into like the United States, and that's not a good thing because we are in an age of where teenagers
Are sponges, honestly. Like, they
Yeah.
believe everything. There's some smart people out there. And there's some dangerous people out there. I do think some of these people in this group can potentially be dangerous. So you should be afraid. Like, don't provoke it. Don't poke the bear, I guess.
yeah.
Like, be safe, but don't be terrified.
Yeah, like don't let fear take you over, and don't feel like someone has control over you because of fear, right?
Yes,
and
you
that's
take-
exactly the whole premise of this whole thing,
They
right?
manipulate they manipulate you using fear into committing suicide.
Exactly. And like And also, I did not mention this yet, but at the end, like on the 50th day, the last challenge is for you to kill yourself, right? To
Kill
commit
yourself.
Suicide. So,
On video.
yeah, and it's ridiculous. It's stupid. Like, I've never personally encountered it,
No.
but I've also heard people, like,
I've heard
oh, okay,
close
this
friends.
weird sketch guy just DM'd me saying, well, if you don't do this challenge, you're gonna, like, die.
I kill people for a living. Yeah, I have some close friends who have DM'd, who have replied to these people, and they're fine so far. And they made fun of them, and they poked the bear like I said not to, but they're fine so far. Let's hope everything goes well with that.
Honestly, if it happens, best thing to do, probably ignore them.
For
right?
sure, don't open or look at the reply to.
And all it does is it just reminds me back when I was like your age even. Like I would get like random DMs from like even people's accounts that I know, like somehow it would be hacked in like DMs or whatever, and they would DM you like saying,
"Oh, look what they did
click
with
on
your
this
pictures."
link." Like yeah, exactly. Look what they did with your pictures, or like
free Visa card.
you're like on the top 3 of like the most ugliest people or lists or whatever, and they're like, "Look at this," you know, like it was a total scam.
For
you
sure.
know, like I remember that, but like, just a quick PSA, just because it's been going around, and it's like, why not? Like, it's better to say something than not. Like, have you ever been in a situation in life where like, well, shit, if I didn't say anything, shit could have gone down,
For sure.
right? Like, I hate those situations where you're like, well, I should probably say something, like because like you were literally witnessing a situation. Like I've been in this multiple times. You're witnessing a situation, and like a person doesn't realize like something and you could just see it happening. And you're like, well, you should be careful of this, right? Like for example, like let's say you like were like cooking or something, right? And then there's like a glass of water or something, and you could like knock it over, and I could see that. It's better to say, hey, you should move that cup, or I should move that cup to where like it doesn't happen. You know, just like that was just a little scenario. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
But like I hate when I get caught up in those because like I feel like oh shit, like I'm almost like controlling when I always get self-conscious when I tell people what to do or like advise them something. Like look, I feel like I'm controlling, like, and I don't like that feeling. I'm not a controlling person. I'm very laid back and like unbelievably nice. I'm way too sweet and nice, and you know this because you take advantage of it too.
I don't take advantage.
We were watching Netflix the other day, and I got my snacks from the gas station,
okay.
right?
I took advantage of you then. Yes, I will agree.
Yeah. Okay. I'm like, ooh, my snacks, and I'm
Before we go on
crunching
to the story,
on them.
on to the story, bottom line with whole Blue Whale Group, the end goal is for you to commit suicide. So honestly, take your chances with not doing the challenges and not listening to what he's telling you to do.
I'm glad you fixed what you said because I was about to say I'm like take your chances. I'm like, are you like encouraging people to play like the challenge?
No.
Like, what are you saying here? Like,
Yeah, no.
But no, good
take your
change of
chances
words.
with them not actually having all your information and selling it on whatever website on the dark web.
and like we talked about this earlier, we really don't believe that they have your information off a DM.
I don't.
Right? Like, how do they get all your personal?
Like, I googled it and there was no straight answer on like, is it possible and how, like they do
Right,
it.
and like I mean, people can like hack into your stuff, but like
You have to
like,
you
through
have
DM,
to
I don't know.
do something. You have to make an action more than just replying
to
allow them to
Instagram
get it.
message, right?
to allow them to have access to your information.
All right. I'm gonna go on a massive swing because this is kind of a dark conversation in a
Little
way.
bit.
Like I mean, like we're being aware and like
Just stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe. In times like these, for sure,
Especially.
stay safe. Most importantly, because all lives matter. Okay, and that's all I'm gonna say. We don't need to get into any of that.
That's a conversation for a different day.
All lives matter.
All lives matter, for sure.
What?
Right. Okay.
It shouldn't even be you're having a headache.
It
See,
shouldn't
It shouldn't be a conversation.
This should
anytime
not be a debate.
Okay. Anyway, we don't have to expand. We'll
Nope.
just leave it at that.
I don't want to
Okay.
offend.
Anyway, I'm gonna make a massive swing. The other day, me and Bradley were talking about like I don't know how I could be specific with this, but I'm gonna just start off like in general, right? Definition. Okay, like you know how we were talking about like yeah, this defines you, Bradley. Right? Like, everyone has, like, things that define them, right? Like, like, for me, example, like this Miami Dolphins hat right here. You're like, oh, when you see Miami Dolphins, you're like, oh, Will. Because I'm most likely the only person you know that's a Dolphins fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, like, now if you see Miami Dolphins, you're going to think of me.
Patriots fan, just so you know.
We don't need to get into that now.
Okay, all right.
Okay? Because, trust me, and by the way, like, I've made more podcasts, not just with me and Bradley, but, like, I'm involved with other podcasts now. And long story short, link down below if you want to check it out. Okay? That, long story short. Anyway, because, trust me, in that podcast, I shat on you again, calling you a bandwagon, and why the Patriots are ass. Okay? But that's not the point. The point is, because, like in previous episodes, Bradley is my protege.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
And the other day, we also went shopping, and he got sunglasses.
We did? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
I got some hippie sunglasses.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm like, Bradley, I think this is, like, the first thing that defines you. Because, like, this is what we're trying to do with Bradley. Okay? Not only are we going to try to keep him how he is, his slow processing brain self, right?
Yep.
It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just you, Bradley, okay? Right? And
people love you for
but like I'm trying to teach him how to like be able to look better and all this good stuff. And you know what? Boom, we found it. We are at the store and I'm like, "Here, Bradley, try on these glasses." He's like, "Ooh, I actually kind of like them."
I don't hate them.
Yeah, and everyone, like my brothers, because they're naysayers. And I don't know if you know what a naysayer is.
I know what a naysayer is.
Okay, but naysayers just talk crap about you all the time. They're like, no, you can't do this, can't do that, right? And they just talk total shit. And is it because they're jealous? Who knows? Who knows why they talk like that? Anyway, Bradley got his glasses. He's like these, and he's on the fence. He's like, oh, I don't know if I should get these or not. And I go, Bradley, without the voices in your head telling you yes or no, what do you want? Right? And he didn't reply back to me, and he just kept him. And so, and I think, yeah, you didn't say anything back to me.
Yeah, I did.
Well, at least I didn't hear you then.
Okay.
But no, like, because you got those glasses, later that day we kind of discussed, you're like, we finally found something that defines you.
Yeah.
And not just that, we literally went to TJ Maxx after the mall. That's where we went shopping, by the way.
Yeah.
And so we went there, and I also bought Bradley a cologne, a fragrance. I call it fragrance. I don't know why, like, you get all weird about that. Everyone gets weird about it.
He doesn't say cologne. He says, "Oh, I got a new fragrance." He
I
doesn't
don't
say,
say
"Oh,
it.
I wear
don't
this
say it
cologne."
I say fragrance.
It is okay. Go ahead.
Either or. Anyway,
I got a cologne.
He got, and literally at TJ Maxx, we saw the same exact one that Bradley got, and my brothers saw it, and they're like, "Oh, that's Bradley's cologne." And
Yeah,
I go,
like,
Bradley, definition, you finally got it. And
they said it in a negative way, but they still said it because he was like, "Oh, this cologne Bradley's like, oh yeah, now it smells bad because it just smells like Bradley." I'm like,
but no, like, here's the whole thing. Like, this is my personal theory. The personal theory, like, this is, like, personal theory, like, we're opening up here now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is some real shit, right? My theory is, the way to look good is to be able to define yourself in a crowd.
for sure,
Right? Like, if you're in a crowd, but not, like, define yourself in a good way, like, in the good-looking way,
For
right?
sure.
Like, my example for the Miami Dolphins, that is not good-looking. Like, I mean, it can be, but it's not. Like, but it's definition to me. No, like, when you know that it's, like, if we're in a crowd, and I smell a certain smell, and it reminds me of you, that's definition. And I think that is good looking because when you think, like, that definition of you makes me think of you. Like, it makes me keep thinking about you, right, as I'm reminded of you by all these definitions, quote-unquote definitions of you.
Yeah.
Right? And, like, and it makes me, like, think about things. I'm like, oh, it's actually, like, a good smell. And I connect good with you. Boom. Like, good Bradley. Like, connection. But, no, like, I thought it was the coolest thing. Like, even, like, at the store.
Yeah.
Like, the definition of Bradley. I thought that was awesome. I'm like, we're finally defining you, and we're working on it. We still need to get you. Today I realized, like, definitely new shoes.
Yeah.
And you, I know you know it.
Mm-hmm.
But we need to get you flavorful shirts too.
What does that even mean?
Like, look at this shirt.
It's
a nice polo.
It's
but
a nice gray
you need
and
some
black polo.
pizzazz and like spice and flavor. You know what I'm saying? Like color. That's what I'm saying. You wear very broad colors, and I know you know that.
Mm-hmm. Because
Right?
it
You need
looks
some
good.
color. It can look good, yes, but when it's all the time, you want colorful stuff. Like look at me. I wear pink sometimes.
You're wearing black and gray right now. I'd like that.
I know,
I'd
these
like
are-
people to know black and gray.
These are comfy clothes, by the way.
I'm
Like,
sure.
But no, like what I was wearing earlier, that mossy oak, like that green, like that's a defining color of my outfit.
Okay.
You know, like theory is definition is the key to good looking.
Yeah, for sure.
That is my theory. Okay?
Being able to stand out and look good at the same time is a good trait.
Yeah, but like as this conversation started dying, I was reminded on the story we were on.
What
Okay.
one's that?
Like
Right,
yeah.
okay.
Okay, I was about to say you even forgot a little bit. We were watching Netflix the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and like because I'm way too nice.
He bought snacks.
I bought snacks for myself.
Mm-hmm.
May I remind you, he still has snacks. I mean, it's right here. Your snack, like, you weren't even done with your snacks. That's how greedy you were. Okay? So I'm snacking on crunching.
It was sweet tart, like, rope things, and I didn't even
He
know
goes,
those
ooh.
existed.
He goes, ooh.
What are
Those look
those?
good. Yeah, he's like, what are those? And he's like, that looks good. And you only get so many in, like, a package, right? You get,
Mhm.
like, 6 or 7.
Mhm.
Like, it's a bigger number for, like candy, but, like,
Mhm.
still... When Bradley's over here, like, ooh, can I have one? I'm like, okay, sure. Boom. Now we're down to 6. Hey, Will, can I have one? Boom, down to 5, right? And I have 5 for myself. I'm like, all right, this is where I got to cross the line, right? Like, you already took 2.
And then I ate that. What?
No, Doof was just spazzing. I don't. He's enjoying his clean home because I finally cleaned his home. And by the way, Doof is my freaking almost foot-long fish.
For sure.
He's a big fish.
It's an Oscar fish. Anyways,
Yeah. And
I kept asking, like, ooh.
he
look.
basically ate half of it.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's fair to say.
But you would give me half of a.
But those halves started to add up.
I had 2 in total.
That's what you think. But you actually legit had half of my freaking package.
False.
What?
Wait,
But
yeah,
then,
because you
then I pulled out the white chocolate Rice Krispies, right? Like they're, I don't know if you've seen them, but
Snap,
like they're.
Crackle, Pop, Pringles.
And I finally showed Bradley. I go, look here, Snap, Crackle, Pop, and he goes, oh, Pringles, and I go, you're not getting the memo. Anyway, but I pulled those out. The white chocolate, like they're little square Rice Krispies with white chocolate all around them, pretty good, right? And I start eating them. He goes, ooh. Like, and I'm like, yeah, look, Snap, Crackle, Pop. He goes, oh, can I have one? I go, sure, here. And he's like, ooh, those are good. And I go, fuck. You know, because, like, he's like, oh, I'm all like, he's going to ask for
smell
more.
blood in the water.
And honestly, I think as we're, like, sitting there and you're like, I think I smelled blood in the water. I go, fuck. He's going to ask for more. And what do you know? You didn't have too many of those. I ate them. I literally stuffed them in my mouth. So, like, because he wouldn't, like, keep asking. He would when, like, I wouldn't give him one.
Uh-huh.
But, like, the kindness of my heart, I never let up.
I'd
I go, here.
Hey, William. Have another one.
And see, and you know what? I've always had frustrations with, like, my brothers because I do, like, very nice things to them. I'm sweet, and I always let up to them. You know, like, They take me. I personally think they take me for granted, but we don't need to get in my like personal family issues.
No.
But I think that was a decently long podcast. I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. It's getting hot in this room. Unless you have anything else to say.
I just want to reclaim because when we got into the uncomfortable topic of all lives matter, I kind of panicked, and I know that didn't sound too.
Just do. Or the suckfish.
Oh my lord! I know that didn't sound too good, but all lives do matter, and that's really it.
You did clarify that already, though.
I was kind of panicking for a second because it didn't sound good in my head.
We at this point in the podcast, we know we're like, okay, there's a certain line to an extent of where we can talk and of what we can talk.
Yeah.
You know, and like we always have conversations. Like there's conversations I brought up about politics and stuff, and I do not.
I don't like.
Me
going
personally,
into that.
I don't talk about it. I just stay quiet, let everyone else talk about it. Okay, like
politics.
That's what I say. That's your giggle drives me insane. But I always say politics, and it's not like it's like tricks as in like it should be a joke. It's not a joke. I think it's a personal thing. I mean, like you have God, I don't know what I was going to say. Freedom of speech, right?
Speech of freedom, yes.
Yeah, speech of freedom, basically. What do you always say when I ask you an awkward question? You plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth. Yeah. Right to remain silent, boy.
We were on the way home from Florida, and Bradley was. I was like, would you rather? Like, I'm a pretty like if you get to know me, I'm pretty good at playing Would You Rather and Truth or Truth. He's
got good
Dares. I'm pretty
questions.
good at too. Like Truth and Dare, I'm good at. Would You Rather, I'm good at. Like I've got some good questions.
If you want to play Truth or Dare with William Kenny, go follow his Insta and DM him.
Oh, thank you for the promotion, Bradley. You know what? Give this fine gentleman a follow on Instagram because you know what? Please. He yearns for that.
Yeah.
Link also down below, right? So, also anyway, I'm really good at those questions, and when I would ask Bradley, super awkward. Like me and Bradley are like pretty close.
Yeah.
But I'm so good to where I ask him questions, to where like he feels awkward, not even to tell me. And so he goes, I plead the fifth. And I go, what the hell does that even mean? And he's like, look it up. He's like, I have the right to remain silent or whatever. I don't even know what you were saying.
It's the right to remain silent.
Yeah, it was some dumb business. But we're going to go ahead and leave that episode where it is. And we all hope you have a merry good night.
Yeah.
Because it is nighttime currently.
Yeah, it is 10:42.
Yeah.
All right, bye.